Greetings, I am Lion.
And I am Scandal.
And let's not let our guard down together. Yeah. Don't let your guard down.
Don't let your guard down. Don't let your guard down. Everybody guard down. Everybody run around. Everybody guard down.
I'm just gonna let my friend have their experience.
It's okay.
It's fine.
Oh, you're taking my guard away from me.
I'm
Don't
sorry.
go taking my guard down. Don't go taking my guard down.
I see.
Anyway.
Alright,
But I don't want to let my guard down. Joey's always been a charmer and good with words. Except for the fact that you haven't fucking... I'm fine. He's always been this way. It also might just be that you're sensitive to him because you like him. And that's the thing actually that always made me laugh. People are like, God, they're so charming. And you kind of look at them in a really funny way and you just go,
No?
not really. I think you just have a crush on them. No, I don't.
No, they're universally charming. All people find them charming. When you look up charm in the dictionary, their face is there. I'm just susceptible to their universal charm. No, you just like them, and therefore they seem charming. To you, they are charming.
Which
and
is
it's okay. You are allowed to be charmed by someone and like them and feel as though they have charm without anyone else accessing it ever, and it doesn't make you bad.
At all.
No, but it needs to be this thing is, I'm not just affected by something. Everyone is affected by this. No, really, it's fine.
It's fine.
Have your experience. You're okay.
Joey's always been a charmer and good with words. I don't want to fall for his lies. Why are you so, sure? Again, we had this conversation in the last one about going, how in the world did Byrne only watch for 0.5 seconds for an eighth note and then walked away? You know?
And going, also, his lies. Has he been lying about other things? Is there a conversation that we should be building here of it was the last straw, him making out or kissing when he was leaving this other person that we don't like,
right?
That we, Byrne, do not like, and going, he had many lies and many deceits and many times that he'd had to either apologize or work us back in, work his way back into our favor, and that was just finally the last straw, and we're going, he now has lies, or is it literally going, that one thing he clearly lied about, so everything he's ever done is lies with no proof and no precedent and no whatever?
None whatsoever.
I have no connection to this situation of his lies.
I don't either, lies.
But my lies. This lies.
I know, I'm sorry, it's not your lies, it's my lies.
I have access to my own lies.
Right. Joey suddenly chuckles, and I'm a little concerned. What?
So, was that you? You never wrote me? Was that why you never wrote me back?
Yep.
So he did try
Why
and
would it
contact
ever
her.
be that
He
familiar?
did. We did talk about why did no one contact you. He did try and write.
Okay, so what I'm going to actually break down into is the familiarity of the language. Saying yup is incredibly casual. After we just went, I don't want to trust you and I have no interest in trusting you, I'm going to just go, yup. Yup is really casual.
I need to take this seriously. Yup.
Yep.
That sounds wild. Yeah.
That doesn't work at all for me.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Agreed. That feels super weird of going, I don't want to trust his lies. Oh, is that why you never wrote me back? Yup. Yes. Even would be more formal of just the submissive kind of thing.
Yeah.
Of going yup is a very friendly, casual kind of thing. And just more than can be a you don't know what else to say kind of thing, or you're kind of hesitant. Can have a lot of framing. Yup for me is always just very casual and often bright or solid affirmative.
Or I've actually heard some people use it in an aggressive sense where they're like, yup.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just like, I'm going to bite your head off. Yup.
And she's not acting like I'm super angry and set up of yup, that's the reason why. The setup before that of her being, I don't want to believe his lies, he's such a charmer, doesn't move me into feeling like she's in an aggressive mode.
It doesn't follow for either of us.
I would say, especially with I'm just going to pull you aside and try and deal with this, I seem overwhelmed. She doesn't feel like she's super pissed off at him, especially with the whole door in the bedroom thing. It didn't sound like I'm angry at you. It sounded like I'm scared and, sort of put off by you.
Yes.
So that one. So, were you jealous when Stefani kissed me?
Him.
So were you jealous when Stefani kissed me? Is that what's going on? You really think that she's gonna take your place in front of me? Do you think that she's gonna get more attention than you? You really just feel like she's just gonna horn in on the attention you'd rather have, and you just don't like her, so you just having a problem with this? You're just feeling jealous? That's what it is. You were jealous, aren't you? So you just want my attention because you were jealous.
This guy's a douchebag.
Kinda. Yeah. The fact that his face lining up with that statement of, oh, you were just jealous. Let me just smile about how uncomfortable it made you.
My cheeks blush and Joey laughs harder. Why did I ever like him? I don't understand, and why do I keep having these feelings for him, even as he mocks me? And even though I've seen other people, but I keep doing this. I'm trying to make people feel better, but I don't know how to do this because he's so aggressive towards me.
The roots go too deep. I can't just pull out the stump. So,
oh my god.
I would say if you actually want to get all of our jokes at any point, you're going to have to watch all of our series because unfortunately we refer to them across each other all the time.
Which is fine. It's what everybody does, don't you know? When they have
honestly,
we have 6 series.
We have 6 series running right at once.
How do we keep track of anything?
Honestly, if we weren't doing 6 series at once, we really would be posting like 4 hours of one game a day because we like to play games.
We kind of do.
And it'd be like, here's 19 episodes today of this one game.
Hey!
Everyone going, you just posted an entire series that was 36 episodes long in 2 days. Well, we just wanted to play games.
That's what we did. We play a game. Congratulations, everyone. We're playing games together.
Anyway, we do like to play games together, but he laughs harder.
Yeah, that's he's kind of a jerk,
Kind of mocks
actually.
me. Baron, you haven't changed much, have you? You just really just never changed at all. You're so sensitive and you've just always been possessive and oh my god, you're just like you used to be. And, I could always make you blush back then too, and I call you shy and you just blush like crazy just like you're doing now. You look so cute when you're embarrassed, oh my god.
I'm not embarrassed, I'm angry.
Oh no, you're super embarrassed because you're super jealous.
No.
You're angry because she kissed me and you didn't get to now.
No.
And then you're embarrassed because you didn't you felt jealous and you didn't want to share.
But
It's fine, I know what I'm talking about.
I'm not.
You and your rosy cheeks. Yeah, no, you totally. I can see you blushing. There's always got to be embarrassment. That's what that is. Now you just get to decide. You can't tell me what your own experiences are. You don't know for your body as well as I do. I'm just gonna dig in and make him a real asshole. I'm sorry. I am not feeling this guy at all.
This guy is terrible.
He is being a jerk, in my opinion. This is not cute. This is not charming. This is not fun. Him being drawn as conventionally attractive and framing this as, the cute romantic blue music.
Actually,
I don't care.
People have had this problem with characters. You'll see it especially in Hollywood, where you have a genuinely awful, terrible, like, protagonist or a really, like, secondary main character, even if they're an antagonist. They cannot keep them basically heteronormative, basically hot person in any way, shape, or form. They have to queer code them because otherwise they're like, but I don't know how to make a villain and make him attractive or them attractive or her attractive because that's not okay.
I'm gonna go back to Disney's cartoon Beauty and the Beast and the iconic villain character of Gaston. And while they made him ridiculous, that was the only way they were able to get through. They left him attractive.
Yes.
Like, they worked very hard to draw him as all of your conventionally attractive modifiers, and had he had a different personality, he would be attractive.
He would.
Because the reason he wasn't attractive was because he was a total douchebag. Honestly, he had the same build as the Beast.
Yeah.
Like, the shoulders, the chest, all of it. Like, he was built.
Well, that was because the true Beast is sometimes
the man!
And sometimes he's the most obvious one.
It's true. Okay, so it's that thing of going, in a lot of cases, part of the reason you have this problem, and I don't want to call it a problem, you have an experience. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. Scratch that. You have an experience with so many people going, villains are hot, is because they make a lot of them, one, have interesting choices that you can take to extremes, and since their characters are usually so completely shallow and hollow, you can fill in anything you fucking want. Because your two-dimensional villain makes for a lot of possibilities of character building.
God.
But two, a lot of them are attractive actors and actresses that are very appealing, and they're trying to make them unappealing, and they're not very good at it. The only way that I have seen that's really effective is when they are, like Gaston, embarrassing.
Yes.
If they continue to be cool, let's just tag Loki here, instead of embarrassing like they're bumbling or they're awkward or they're socially framed as embarrassing,
Right.
then there's no reason they should be unattractive. Because as I've argued before, embarrassing seems to be the worst faux pas anyone can ever do.
Yes, and it's actually one that we have linked to before from Maggie Mayfish, and I definitely recommend you go watch it. It's Maggie Mayfish's, actually, it's from her T.S. Eliot one, so you'll have to go hunt that one down. I don't know, we might link to it again.
We might.
But we have linked to it before for sure, and it's a very interesting video.
Anyway, Joey's behaving like an asshole here, and again, the coding of the game is you're supposed to find him attractive, and his face is going, this should be charming, what have you, because he is supposed to be a love interest. He's one of the ones on the front of the game.
Yes.
So there's a way to reconcile or reconnect this, and I'm like, I don't care. Him going, let me just show up out of nowhere, assume all of my interest in this conversation applies to you uniformly, and then I can just proceed as if we just walked away from each other a few minutes ago at the airport. In the same way that I've talked before of going, when there is that space in relationships, you cannot walk back in as if the last thing that happened is still completely true for that person and is the space of who they are.
And it's actually incredibly limiting as well.
In the same way that I've approached friends that I knew during childhood or, several years ago, and then going, hey, do you still want to talk? Sometimes going, I have more space in my life, or just notice that we have, there's a possibility to reconnect kind of thing. And then going, I assume I don't know who they are if it's been 4 or 5 years. Like, I have an elementary friend that I reconnected with recently, and it's like, let's try and get to know each other again. And sure, we have unified memories in common because we spent parts of our childhood together, but that's not the same as going, we are those people, and whatever was going on then, that's the thing.
I'm still exactly this tall.
Precisely.
Tiny.
I mean, I'm not a lot taller, but...
You like to avoid further embarrassment, I leave him in the kitchen and go back to bed. I'm going to cry and scream or do something. I don't know what to do. He's so terribly aggressive and he will not listen to me.
Can I complain about how small his ear is?
Yes, complain about how tiny his ear is. It's okay.
Just in comparison to the other characters, he has very small ears.
Which is okay. There are people who have small ears, and I appreciate that as a character detail if that's on purpose, though I feel like sometimes there's that thing where people go, yowie hands! And I'm like, yowie hands? So if you have any context for them at all, they actually are, there is a similar enough, basically, part of life where there are people who actually have what you could call yowie hands.
Very large, long-fingered hands, if you don't know what the term means. Just extremely large hands, especially with long, articulate fingers.
Yes, and it's been a joke and it's been a meme before, and there are people that do have it, but I think honestly you can still take it in good fun because obviously they're not in a yaoi game.
So thinking about it, it's not really, and I'm not criticizing a real body here. I'm talking about a piece of art, so that's an important characteristic. But also, I think more of a problem I'm having is like the placement of the ear, whether it looks like the canal is low, because normally they line up with the sinuses, so like your cheekbone kind of thing. Like, so if you start at your cheekbone, like at the side of your nose and follow back out, you're gonna run into your ear canal, like right at the edge of your cheekbone. And his look low for that, or at least the one we can see. And so that makes it look more awkward than just if it was, small. Because I've known people with small ears, they look fine.
Oh yeah, they look adorable.
All right, I'll just leave him there and I ditch him.
Is everything okay?
We're still, both of us, me, him, from out in the living room, watching Ben in the kitchen. I see it him. It's fine.
Who is that guy? I explained to him who Joey is, and I tried really hard not to get upset. He used to be my childhood best friend, and we grew up together, I say to myself. 3 years ago, he and his mother... This is literally
in our head.
Dialogue. This is such a mistake.
Okay, this is super weird, because it's like, I explained to him who this person is, and then either we should go into exposition, or we should drop it.
Yeah.
Because right now, she's thinking in her head to us, the reader, because the label of Byrne talking isn't there.
Yeah, no kidding. 3 years ago, he and his mother moved to England because of her job. I also tell Ben how we parted.
So when are you talking and when are you not?
Oh, you fuck.
And then he just swings in from the kitchen going, and she used to crush on me. She's super into me. Honestly, we're pretty much dating back then, but like, we just never really made it formal and all that kind of stuff. We were pretty young, so like, we're a lot more mature now, but like, not everyone was dating early in high school, but like, I've grown up and I've been, overseas and stuff. She really missed me, but like, she stiffed me at the airport. She didn't tell you that part, did she? Because there was a misunderstanding where she had the misunderstanding, and you know what? She's still super into me because her dad talked about how she talked about me all the time, and I'm just gonna believe him because, he thinks that we'd be super cute because childhood couples are super over-romanticized, so it's gonna be fine.
How many mouths do you have?
Just the one. But I know how to use it.
Right.
You saw me on the stairs, you thought it was hot, right? Yeah. I know how to do a lot of things.
Yeah, and then you kept talking.
And then it was done.
He grins naughtily as he joins
See,
us.
I knew he would talk about his mouth. Hi, I'm sexy. I can do... You know what? Running my mouth has given me a lot of skill with my mouth.
Oh, is that true? Why do I need to know this?
Why do I need you to confirm in reference to what Joey claims?
But that's in the past now, right, Byrne?
1, is it true? That's a rhetorical question. 2, if it was true, it's in the past. It doesn't matter. Joey, no, it doesn't matter. She told me to crush on me. Old crushes can always be dug up again and reused. Like, it's a thing. You can just...
They can be reused like old material.
You just say, push the old buttons. You just get to the old, access
It's called a recycling bin for a reason.
You look like a dumpster. I feel like a recycling bin. That's so good.
I swallow anxiously. What is he trying to say? Ben suddenly wraps his arm around my waist.
Okay. So just Ben standing going shoulder to shoulder over here behind
Reaches
Joey, reaches forward, drags you in front, like up beside him, so you're way closer to Joey as well.
This is ridiculous.
And puts an arm around your waist.
Freshman
possessively.
Fantasies is literally the hyper, like, let's get all the guys to fight over you game.
And super
This is-
possessive, super masculine. This is so different from My Mystic Dragons, where, except for one notable instance, they didn't fight over you
At
at
all.
They were literally completely cooperative and getting to know each other.
No, wasn't it actually like 2 instances, and it was mostly about Phoenix?
It was mentioned one other time, kind of. It was the flower thing. It was both times about
Right.
Phoenix. Sorry.
Yeah.
Both times it was about Phoenix, and it was very
really-
late game. Very late
Very
game.
late game, which was really weird, and it really threw us off. And this is even more bizarre, and this is why I
possessiveness.
don't like high school
And
AUs.
jealousy. I was like, possession and jealousy,
Because
and you're
it was-
mine. And I'll just grab you over here and be like, I'll just show that you're mine. Okay, so for me, I understand there can be a romanticization of like someone being physically possessive and going, I'll just grab you in public and show you're mine and show you off kind of thing. But whenever it's been used on me, for me personally, it's always been in reference to, I'll make you behave as though you're mine. You're not behaving enough as though you're mine, and someone else may not know you're mine in the sense that you need to know you're mine in reference to them. They need to know that you know you're mine. And it's never been a romantic thing. It's always been like me going, we're here existed together, and them going, oh, there's someone else who might be looking at you. I'm going to totally show off that I'm allowed to touch you and they're not.
Here, let me grab your ass.
That kind
I
of thing.
hated that one, where you're just like, what are these people doing? You all seem paranoid and concerned, going, you looked! Pep!
It's mine!
mine now!
See how it's mine?
See what I can do that you can't, me. I wasn't even fucking looking. I literally was just looking around, and I saw people, and I looked at people and went, I am assessing you from a distance because that is where I am. And then they go, oh, you're checking out my girl? And I go, ah, you seem so delicate. Your white fragility is showing. Put it down.
So I have had that problem too, where I will look at somebody's, girlfriend or whatever, just be like, wow, she looks super cute, and they'll look at me with the super I'm intense and like grab some personal piece of her and then just stare you down as they walk by. And for the most part, like I have seen very few women who are into it, who are like, yes, I
Yeah,
like
baby.
him grabbing me. Yes, he's displaying me. Yes, he's showing everyone that I am his. Not the way it's written in fan fiction, you know? Like that.
Oh, yeah.
I have seen so many times where the women jump or they cringe or they kind of like slowly sort of scoot away kind of thing.
I've seen women smack the men when they do that.
Like, just don't
they're,
do this?
going like, hey, what are you doing kind of thing. Like, it's a thing of like them going compulsively to go, I'm gonna prove that I own this thing, and the woman's like, excuse me? Like, I've seen people jump or, like, as you've mentioned, is also then just, like, get almost, like, sort of violent about it. Like, where did this come from? Get off me!
And I'm going, just because someone says, yes, we're together, and yes, you can have access to my body in certain arenas, it doesn't mean that you have permission to just touch them anytime in any way.
And also, just because I say that doesn't mean that I can't retract it either. Just because somebody says yes on Saturday doesn't mean every single Saturday the yes will always happen. It might mean that sometimes you'll get a yes and sometimes you'll get a we might be able to do something else that's around this, or something that's less than that, or something
Just
that I don't
because
consider as
I
much.
said yes once doesn't mean I want to do it forever. Very, very good statement. Universal, blanketed, but it's sort of the thing of going, if someone says, hey, do you want to watch Iron Man? You say yes. It doesn't mean you want to do that all the time, every time. That's the only movie you want to watch. And anytime you're in any context to watch a movie, they're like, I have all the permissions of the Iron Man movie. Done. And you're like,
right.
no.
And I get where this is an interesting fantasy of having a bunch of, like, hot dudes going after you, or having hot individuals who supposedly have some sort of social value, who are all going, I'm gonna battle and bark and fight over you, because it's a thing that people say that's important, but it's important, I think, to also examine why we think that thing is important. Yes, sometimes it is literally just the fact of somebody going, it's just hot and who cares? And it's like, that's fine. That can be completely legitimately a reason, but I feel like less people examine it and going, well, all I have to do is just say that, and it's just that. And I'm like, as far as I've seen, actually, for a lot of people, there's also a level of going, wanting to belong or feel like you are wanted, which is very different. That thing about, do I enjoy being desired, or do I actually like being desirable?
Right?
Yeah,
Or the kind of thing of going, do I want this person, or do I just enjoy being desired?
Oh, that one. Yeah, there we go. Thank you.
So it's my friend was going for it, and I knew what it was because we both ran into that trick together. That thoughtful breakdown of going, do I want this person specifically, or do I just want attention, validation, to feel wanted?
Yes, which is Which is a real thing. There are a lot of people who really just want to be wanted, and that's okay, but you should engage with that's what you're doing, you know, kind of thing, because that can get you also in really dangerous situations where some people can really hurt you.
And in reference to this game, again, it's completely fictional. They can write whatever they want. We're going to just keep saying that throughout all of our forays into fictional things. And then for our preference, this doesn't work well. And even for me, if I had a possessiveness, a bunch of really valuable, eligible, bachelors going after me, kind of fic that I was writing or fantasy, I theoretically would indulge in.
Right.
I'm not going to have them all be sort of like possessive, invading your bodily autonomy kind of assholes. So for me, that's something that doesn't work for me.
Yes.
Like I like a lot of equality, and I like a lot of consent, where he might put out an arm inviting you to come over to him, kind of thing. Which you can have the exact same gesture of going, he offers to let you look more connected to him by putting an arm out and offering you this space on his arm.
Right.
And then you can choose to go and get in his embrace or not.
Or you do the one thing that I think is really cool, and is you have it tagged in the store that this is what's going to happen to you. So what I'm talking about is like when people will tag their fics, people will tag their stories, people will mention what the content is to expect, because then beforehand, so that the characters can act in whatever way they will, you always agree going, I clicked on this knowing what I was getting into.
And I looked at this and I went, Freshman Fantasies, and I went, non-con, hurt, comfort, asshole dudes, being pushed around, possessiveness, jealousy, basically like dominance and submissive behavior, etc., whatever it is.
Right.
And you go, oh, I am in for that.
Right.
Or going, that sounds interesting. Let me see if I like that.
Right. And then you still also, again, even if you don't know, and even for us, well, even though we're going to keep playing, I will still push this of going like, if you ever feel uncomfortable, please feel free to walk away from the material that you are engaging with. You have that power, and I grant you permission. It's okay to put the book down. You don't have to finish it if it hurts you like that.
Yeet yourself out.
It's like it's a book. It shouldn't be doing that to you anyway.
There was this really great comic that we just read recently.
Oh, God.
Where you have one alien, and it's a series of alien comics. They're so cute.
They're super funny.
And you just have one alien going, I am so angry at the character in this book. And they say, or at the person in this book. And the other alien is like, is it a real person? They say, no. Here we go.
I got it. Okay, it's by Nathan Pyle, and he says, so the one alien goes, you appear furious.
And the other alien says, I am enraged by a being in this narrative, holding up a book.
An actual being?
The being is fictional. My anger is real. This is how I relax.
Okay.
All right, and it's a sort of thing of just being pissed off at a story. Additionally, if for any reason you're having sort of that either fear of missing out or of I'm just curious, but you're still very uncomfortable, you can always just come into the comments and go, hey, what happened this episode? Or what does the general story do? Or something specific, some specific question you want answered.
Right.
Like if you just want to come in on a series, go, I tried watching this and I got super uncomfortable with it. And so what happened with this part? Or who did you pick in the end or whatever? We would be happy to answer those questions in the comments.
Yes, absolutely. So thank you very much, guys, then for joining us. If you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And please also feel free to share our videos with somebody that you think might have a good time or somebody that you want to actually start a conversation with.
Yes.
Other than that, if you want to support us more directly, please feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi or our Patreon. We've got some links in the description down below. Other than that, I have been Scandal.
I still love how we both point to down below when we're trying to get people to
go look
at
down.
the links.
Go
it's
look
so
down.
good.
Down.
And I have been Lies. And it was great playing with you. Bye.